fill in the blank 2025 edition. This is a fun game our producer Mark came up with where we have a couple different statements about 2025 that we're going to read off and then fill in the blank. We also want you to fill in the blank. If you're with us live on YouTube, let us know, put your answers in the chat. We'll read them off. We'll let you know what's up. This is going to be a good one. Let's start with statement number 1. It says Danielle Colaprico will end up signing for blank. So this is essentially what team she's going to sign for. Darian, I'm going to start with you. Where will Danielle Colaprico sign?
NC Courage. Sean Nahas is going to sweep her up. I see her going there. I think her style of play with Denise O'Sullivan and that double pivot could be so crucial for them. They had a lot of injuries this last year, and I think bulking up with Danielle Colaprico would be huge. I love her style of play. I see her going there. Let's make it happen. I think I can't imagine her anywhere else, actually, besides Kansas City, who's just trying to sweep up all the midfielders just for the hell of it at this point.
Sandra?
I think it depends on a couple things. I think it depends on it whether or not Colaprico has fallen in love with the West Coast and wants to continue to call that home. Maybe she finds her way to a West Coast team, or if she really goes back home to New Jersey and signs with Gotham. So I think maybe at a certain point in a player's career, you oftentimes want to head back home. So I'm going to say that Gotham has been making some moves. Maybe they can use another midfielder with all the movement that's taken place. And maybe that midfielder is Dani Colaprico.
Ooh, a couple people in the chat agree with you, Sandra. Yeah. Owen, Omid, they're all saying Gotham.
We'll see.
That'd be a good one. Dang. You know, like now that Darian said North Carolina, I'm like, yo, I could actually really see her there.
Good one.
I was thinking she'd just stick it out in California and just end up just swapping over and being like, hey, Angel City would be fine and lovely. She is. I like her as a player. She's good on both sides of the ball, and she's a little toughy. But now I want her to go to North Carolina. Can we bring her to North Carolina?
I like that shout. I think Darian has a very good point.
Shout. It's a good shout.
Thanks, guys. Lisa, what about you?
Anyone would be happy to have her. I think she's staying West Coast. You don't go to California for 2 years and decide I'm good. I think she's going to Bay FC.
Fair.
I knew you were going to say Bay.
Abby Dahlkemper is calling her up and saying, it's really great here. We got a good thing building, and we need you in the midfield.
I like that because they remade Kiki Pickett into a 6.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which she did. She had a really good season. She grew a lot there, but Danielle Colaprico is a 6/8. That would be a really, really good move for them.
And she could play so well with Kiki. It would be fun. We don't know. We'll keep you updated on the free agent Colaprico. Statement number 2. Blank will score the most goals for the U.S. women's national team in 2025. Sandra, who is going to be the golden boot for the U.S. in 2025?
I'm going to say Mallory Swanson. I'm going to say Mal Swanson's going to get a golden boot.
Yep, I second that one. Swanson.
3rd.
Ooh.
Wow. I'll dare to be different. I wrote down Sophia Smith. I think we're seeing her back in form, looking confident, taking shots from distance, close range, just a different type of hunger that we were missing from her at the World Cup that we saw in the Olympics, saw when she came back. I think NWSL season at the end of the year with Portland was rough. She's going to be hungry to come out and score this year with the women's national team. So I'm banking on Soph Smith.
That's a great shout for Soph Smith.
Somebody She's also from Colorado.
Yeah. Either way, it's going to be a former Denver player.
Good problems.
Statement number 3. We're talking the GOAT. We're talking the legend, the one to do the double last year with Orlando Pride. Marta will play for blank more years. Marta will play for blank more years. Christine, please manifest something good and long for us.
Oh. Great. I'm going. We've got her for another 2 years.
That's it.
Yeah,
I'm going 4.
Nice.
Going 2.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, maybe it's not with Orlando the whole time, but I don't think she's gonna quit anytime soon.
Where do you think she's gonna go?
See, I feel like for me, like she has to stay at Orlando. Like I don't know why.
I think she'll stay at Orlando for some of it.
Yeah.
For all 4, no. Go live in the south of France and retire there, or go, go live somewhere. She could go sign for any team she wants in the world.
I love that.
No matter the age.
4 more years, but maybe not all in NWSL.
Yes.
You might have swayed me a little bit, because initially I'm like, we'll get 2 more years of Marta, but in my mentals I'm like in NWSL.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
one in an option. Like you want to give
Yeah.
that player that opportunity, right? It's like, hey, let's throw out a mutual option here. We'll recheck in, right? So really a year, but with an option. And then who knows? Maybe she does. Maybe she goes back to Brazil, man. Maybe again, I was talking about players wanting to go home. Maybe there's a little bit of that. But I'm gonna
Sophie
What do you
on
think, Lisa?
YouTube is saying 25, and I would love for her to play for another 25 years.
incredible, Sophie. I love it.
I'm just not sure that's going to happen. Guys, I think we're getting one. I think we got one more year.
Just one?
Yeah.
See, when I said 2, I think that's like 2 more years with the Pride, and then
I think
she
one.
pushes off. But
I-
like,
But she alluded about the World Cup
I know.
when I interviewed her.
I know.
She's
You
like,
said,
you know,
I
what,
know.
if Brazil needs me,
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Especially because
and
it's in
honestly, she
Brazil.
was so like,
You're
when I
seeing
had
me
talked
moving
to
around.
her around the time when she announced like her international retirement, she was like absolutely like adamant that like I'm not retiring. Like I'm not done with club yet. So I feel like it's safe to say 2.
Guys, I think it's more of like a subconscious thing. I'm just going to say one.
You're trying to
because
prepare yourself.
I won't be sad, right? And then
Yeah.
I'll just ease my way into it. I'm going
There
one
you
though.
go.
Okay.
No one could hurt you more than you hurt yourself. I'm with you.
Exactly. I gotta protect my peace. I gotta protect
Exactly.
it. Statement number 4 and fill in the blank. The NWSL's 17th and 18th expansion franchises should be blank and blank. NWSL's 17th and 18th expansion franchises should be blank and blank. Sandra, I'm going to go to you first for this one. And there is one right answer. So
Yeah, I'm gonna let you sing a certain two phrases. But I'm thinking back to this last expansion process. So again, congratulations to Denver and by extension Boston. So we've got another team on the East Coast, and I'm sorry, Denver is part of the West, even though they're not coastal. They are a Western team. I need more teams in the Central. So just going off of recent expansion bid processes, I think the next 2 expansion teams should be either Nashville or Cincinnati.
Mark, get her off the screen.
Get her
off. Cut her mic.
Cut her mic. She's done. She's
that what I said
today.
I think she did that just to hurt you.
Mark just got rid of her off the screen. Bye, Sandra. Okay, who would
I
like
might
to
as well
go next?
go. I might as well go second, because I'm also going to be chopped off the screen. I said Cincy and Austin.
Okay.
I would love for there to be a team in Austin. Since he's already got a bid, I think they're going to have to come in with more money after seeing what Denver's done. I mean, everybody's going to have to level up. Austin has a great stadium there if they partner with Austin FC. I see it being a thing. There needs to be a different team in Texas besides Houston. Or maybe Houston. Again, I keep putting this out there in the universe. Houston needs to relocate to Austin or something.
A
But
relocation.
to me, Cincy
Okay.
and Austin are the 2 teams that I think deserve space.
Okay. Goodbye, Darian. It's been really fun working with you and having a great time with you.
Single elimination round.
It may end up being a one-woman
Lisa gets her own
so let's see
show.
what happens. Who is going to be the 17th and 18th expansion franchise, Christine?
Okay, here's how I feel about this. I say Philly, and this is as somebody that very openly does not particularly like Philly sports fans in general. For those of you that don't know, I spent a chunk of my childhood down on Long Beach Island. So we got a lot of those Pennsylvania, Philly, home phone folks over there who are rabid Eagle supporters. However, I do think that that region geographically does serve a lot of South Jersey and chunks that don't have access to New York sports teams and puts them in this weird sports diaspora. And also, South Jersey and Pennsylvania are big soccer states. People just overlook that like massively, and they need it. With that being said, my other shout would be, and I don't even know that they've ever thrown their hat in the ring. I know there's been whispers. I say Atlanta. I think that Atlanta is a massive sports city. And for other reasons that I absolutely adore, which we saw them embrace Atlanta United, which was more recently an expansion side for MLS. They also have a huge, vibrant Black soccer fan community, and I think that they're underserved, and I would love to see that vibe get into the women's game. I think that there's such a need there, and there's the money and the supports there already in the state of Atlanta, state of Georgia, and Atlanta. That city is just fun as hell. So that
Yeah.
would be my shout there.
Atlanta's a big soccer city for sure. They got the new US
Yeah.
facility going there. That's a good one. But the correct answer is Philadelphia. As Owen put it ever so correctly, Philly and South Philly. We could do, one in each. It is desperate for a women's professional sports team, Philadelphia. They are so thirsty for what can come in this city. Guys, welcome back.
Welcome
Darian
back.
and Sandra. It will be Philadelphia. So I'm putting that out there. And
my.
if you
I think
speak
Philly will
and
come just later.
Yeah.
shout out to
After we get more teams in the middle of the country, then
Yeah.
yes, we will get more teams on the East.
Yeah, we need to get
Agreed.
like the
Agreed.
Kelseys, and we need to get your beloved Taylor Swift activated to get that Philly
He's not doing
expansion
anything
side
in
up and
Philly.
running.
If Nashville
play-
just her being a part of a Nashville expansion team, she doesn't really claim Philly. She does when she's there, but that's it.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, she could be what if you just call Taylor up?
I'll
Call
do
her,
that.
Lisa. We all know you got her number.
After this show, guys, I'll just give her a call. We got a lot of other good shouts in the chat for other cities. Twin Cities once won, Atlanta. A lot of people won Atlanta.
Yes.
Cincy, people are saying that. A lot of people said
It's cold as hell in the Twin Cities, man.
but hey, it works the way that the league plays right now. Also Toronto, but with the new Northern Super League coming in, I don't think that we will see NWSL crossover to our brothers and sisters to the north in Canada. We'll see. We'll come full circle on the 17th and 18th expansion sides once Philly is announced. Okay, statement number 5. Blank is the best soccer movie ever made. Darian, what's that? Best soccer movie ever.
She's the man.
Yeah.
I remember
Very
that was
good.
an iconic time. That was an iconic movie for me at a time where I was like, I don't know if people think soccer's cool. It's like Amanda Bynes made soccer so cool. And I was like, damn, I wish UNC really wanted me. But that was the first college to reject me when I was looking at schools. And she was all about the Carolina Blues. Yeah, all my friends were committing to UNC. It was a little heartbreaking, but that was such a funny, iconic movie. We got Channing Tatum. Oh my God. Yeah. That's up there for me.
Yeah. It's a great one. I'm gonna go Bend It Like Beckham. That's one of the greatest soccer movies of all time, in my opinion. Special shout out to the Big Green though. And that's also has a special place for me.
That's a good one.
But Bend Him Like Beckham for sure.
My favorite soccer movie is She's the Man, but also just because I was like, screw you. I also played with boys for most of my life, so I was always like, yeah, okay,
Relatable.
I can absolutely wreck your shit. Like, so I just like that. Plus, Amanda Bynes is hilarious. We all probably were drooling at that point over Channing Tatum. It was a time and a place. But also like kicking and screaming was a funny one. I'll give you that. Like, Peasant to the Italian, that was a good one.
Bend It Like Beckham for me. It tops it. I love She's the Man, but I saw Bend It Like Beckham came out a little bit earlier, and it was, a girl trying to play on the men's team. It was a lot. That's a good one. Plus, you got Keira Knightley. That was a great one. Okay, NWSL kits. Now we're doing kits. The greatest NWSL jersey of all time. We've talked about this before on the show, I believe, Sandra, you and I, maybe some other people were in that mix, but I'm going to you because I don't remember what I said that episode, but I have a new one today. What's yours?
I'm glad you have a new one today because I'm not changing mine. The greatest NWSL kit of all time was a fully customized 2019 Chicago Red Stars elevated kit.
Oh,
I need to see it. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm going to be
Googling
Googling
it was
that
unique. It was a unique design by
Very
a local
unique.
graphic designer at the time that was with the club. They worked with Nike to fully, collaborate and make that come to life. And they had the iconic Red Stars of the city across the chest, along with something that mirrored the city's train system.
I remember that one.
White color, and it was worn. And then to put the cherry on top, it was worn by some of the greatest NWSL players of all time: Sam Kerr, Julie Ertz, Sarah Gordon.
This is true.
So there you go.
This is true.
That's a great shout. Chicago's had some really good kits. Yeah, the stars I think make it. It's very unique to Chicago. My favorite kit, sadly, that changed the year I went there was Seattle Reigns 2018 away highlighter kit.
Yes.
I
Excellent shout.
loved that
Yes.
kit. I thought it was so dope. It was so iconic. It was so loud. They made a custom color from Nike to do it. And when I agreed to go be traded to Seattle, I was like, yes, we get the kit. They freaking changed it. I never got to wear it.
2 or 3 years prior to 2018, right?
Yes.
I think they had it in 16 and 17.
And then another team, I remember it was a big thing. Another team like tried to buy the color. And then there was like a big controversy with Nike because they did this like specific color. All this stuff is so stupid. Just let teams design their own custom kits. Who gives a shit?
And
But yeah, that was my favorite kit that I sadly never got to wear. I missed it by one season, but still ingrained in my head forever. Watching Pino, Just Fishlock, all these iconic players, Lauren Holiday wear that kit.
Yes.
What's the favorite one that you've worn that you've had Jenkins across the back?
That's a really good question. Probably my Orlando kit. That was my jersey where like all my family were like hyped to get that one. They still wear it to this day. The black and purple with the stars. It was the Ad Astra year. It was,
Yeah. That one.
That was
although
good.
everybody hated the silver writing of our names in the white kit.
Oh, you can't read that when you're trying to
Can't
talk
see
about
them.
the game.
The
I'm like, I
silver-
think that might be
those
Darian
stuff.
Jenkins.
Yeah, everyone hated that, but no, that was probably my favorite kit.
That was a cool one.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
Christine, just make sure you warn us if you're going to say the Portland one with the tattoo.
The Ed
People
Hardy.
are loving that in the
listen,
chat. hate
I
that
was
kit.
never an Ed Hardy fan, and that's exactly what that kit was to me. And I simply cannot. I was of age when like that trucker hat, whatever was happening, and trauma. I feel like my brain isn't fully working. I'd have to like go back and look through all of the good ones, and so like I'm definitely going to be a victim of some recency bias. But I think my favorite is the Orlando Citrus kit.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
a good
like
one.
the colors, the vibrancy, the messaging behind it, the fact that they put so much thought into that. Shouts to that marketing and PR team, by the way. They've absolutely,
They
bar
crushed it.
none, absolutely incomparable. I thought that was it's just dope and it's fun to wear. Like I put it on and I'm like, mood improved.
Yeah, that's a
Maybe
good
there's
one.
The marketing-
Leo in me.
The marketing was so good that my roommate thought that was a genuine box of oranges, and I found it in the fridge looking for the kit.
This is still my favorite
Shout out
thing.
to Orlando.
Your husband, yeah.
Hilarious.
My
The
husband
marmalade
literally
that
thought they were
came with
real
it.
oranges.
Yeah, it really they crushed that. But yeah, I love that kit.
That's a good one. Last year's were pretty good. Like I liked Houston's last year with like the bright orange. But Darian, I did write down 2017 Seattle neon kit. I love that one. I
It's
love
so good.
that one. I love that one. Okay, statement number 7. The first ever professional sporting event I ever attended was blank. First professional sporting event you attended, Christine. What was it?
Oh my God. It had to be OG Metro Stars over at the Meadowlands. Yeah. Like I think that was that it? Unless my dad dragged me to like a Yankees game, it might have been. I don't know. I would have been small. But like the first that I remember that was like intentionally centered around me was Metro Stars.
Yeah, that's a good
Oh,
one.
that's cool.
Nice.
Ooh, I can go next. My very first sporting event I ever attended was the Utah Grizzlies hockey team. I remember going, sitting at the glass and being like kind of terrified that these men or the puck, like having really bad anxiety that the puck was going to fly out and like hit me in the face or something. Like I didn't trust the nets. But I remember I grew up, like obviously Utah's a big hockey state. So I remember going to those games a lot and then watching my brothers play hockey. So yeah, that's probably my first memory going to a sporting event, I think. Yeah.
Come on. Sandra?
I'm gonna go with probably a baseball. Like I think my dad probably took me to the Sox game. Growing up, my mother was a Chicago public school teacher forever, and they had really good programs with like tickets for teachers and stuff like that. My mom was not like a sporting event person, so my dad was like, "I'll take those," and like took me and my brother usually to games. So yeah, I think I'm like going in my Wayback Machine. I'm like, it probably was a baseball game, probably Sox game.
Yeah. The Wayback Machine's working hard for me. Mine was probably baseball too, either like the Reading Titans, like the minor league baseball team, or Phillies baseball. They were just like way more accessible than buying tickets to anything else that we could go to. I don't know. My mom and dad listen to this podcast pretty much every episode. Mom, let me know where I went. Okay,
Mom needs to jump in the chat.
Yeah, come on, P. Revy, let's go. Okay, so from sporting event to pop culture, first concert that you ever attended? Sandra, where'd you go? Who were you jazzing up with?
So I was a very weird child. But
when it starts with that, I'm in.
Yeah.
I love it.
I was a very strange child, but this it's worth it now, because in the time you're just like, I was a weirdo. Like, why did I do this? But I remember being a little kid and like begging my godmother to take me to go see Tina Turner. And
that's legendary.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, actually, I was a brilliant
You were
child.
so cool,
Yeah,
Sandra.
I was a brilliant child, actually. Don't ask me why. I was like obsessed with Tina Turner. I don't know. It must have been like the James Bond stuff, whatever. And yeah, it was incredible because I still remember it to this day. So even though I was like a little kid, like with my godmother, like at a Tina Turner concert, it was incredible. And I ended up I just love her music. I was devastated when she passed away. RIP, or rest in peace, legend. But yeah, pretty sick first concert to have. So I don't know if anyone's gonna be that.
No,
Sorry.
that's legendary.
Exactly.
I grew up obsessed with Tina Turner as well.
Yes,
That's a really, really good one. Damn. First concert I ever went to was Kanye West's graduation tour.
Ooh,
This was when he had
good
like
Kanye.
the like see-through sunglasses, the like ripped shred skinny jeans. I think I was pretty young. I don't know why. Like, I think one of my friends her dad was like an owner of the Maverick Center. It's where all the concerts are in Utah. So we had like a nice section or whatever, and she took our whole team to it.
Oh, that's cool.
And I think I got home and my mom was like, I didn't realize that's the type of music you were going to listen to. And I was like, yeah.
Like, it was awesome.
Guys, I'm from Utah. You're just so
incredible.
Yeah. So everybody's parents were like shocked. About, no one had a clue, but iconic, loved it.
That is
great era of Kanye West.
That is a great concert. My first one was NSYNC, boy band style, back in the day with my sisters.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't surprise me in any way.
Nice.
I only got to go. My sister is going, who's several years older than me, and she would kill me if she heard me say that. But she was going with her friends, and one of her friends got sick, so they had an extra ticket that like they needed someone to go. So the little sister just got shuffled in, and I got to go. It was great. I fell asleep like 20 minutes in.
That's funny. Good concerts, man. I like all these. I would go see all these.
You got one for us?
I would too.
I'm trying to think so hard. I feel like I've compartmentalized and blocked out all of this just due to trauma. Like, what did I do? It was either Warped Tour, okay,
Oh, yes.
or it was Eminem and Snoop Dogg, and there was like a whole bunch of other people. But all I remember is that whole place. Again, this was way prior to legalization. The whole place was just full of weed smoke, and every time a strobe light hit it, you just saw like this thick fog sitting above all of us.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I must have been like maybe 17, 16 or something like that.
Love that for you.
This segment has completely gone off the rails, and I love it. From Mark kicking Sandra.
We promised we're a soccer podcast.
Yeah. To now just this chaos. Guys, we will get back on track. But just, a little bit about us. Fun to get to know us.